Alright, so your steering trim on these controllers is the first twisty knob right there. If it will focus, not very well. I don't know if you can see, but the arrow is pointing to the 0, so that's centered. That is your throttle trim, so whether you push it up to 3 at the top, it will go forwards, 3 at the bottom, it will go backwards. You don't really need to touch that half the time. This one is your steering, I think it's dual rate. Now, when that's turned to 0, you have none, depending how much you want to turn. Obviously, they haven't got a brilliant turning circle, these Canyons. That's why a lot of people do the rear steering conversion. That's full steering now. You can see that this has got the 25mm hub extension there. That's why that beadlock ring isn't actually touching the steering knuckle at all anymore, whereas when I had the stock ones on, these plastic beadlocks were touching, so I had to get the extensions. Now, I've purposely made this, the steering arm for this video, to be off. The steering's off centre, whilst the steering trim is actually set to 0. So if we now take this arm off, I haven't got the screw in at the moment just so it's faster, so wobble that arm off. All you have to do is, if you can anyway, align as straight as possible your wheels and then lift it back up. Let's try not to turn the wheels again, so, and just put that back onto the actual servo teeth right there. So try and get it as centered as possible. They're very, very fine teeth, so it's only small movements. And then just try and wobble that back on. Get your screw, wash it in. There we go, nice and tight. Now that is centered, and it will go back and forth now without trying to smash the shell. So that's pretty much it. It's quite easy. All you have to do is turn it all on, set this to 0, take your steering arm or steering horn off, whatever you want to call it, and just try and align it as much as you can, and then slap it on. If it's still not as good, then you only have to do minimal movements on the actual controller, the controller dial, to get it perfectly straight then. And there you go. I hope that helps you, mate. Sound?